What up? What up? What up, everybody? We back. Hope y'all holidays been going great. Hold up, we're gonna get this thing going. Stunnaman, what up?
Hey, what's poppin', man? How you doing, Brownie? How you feeling?
What's going on? What's going on, family?
Hey, I always wanted to ask you this real quick. Are you like the inside or are you like the outside with this kind of crispy part? You feel me? Because you know you brownie, you know what I'm saying? Which part, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know.
Hey, it's fun. we talking haircuts or we talking brownie?
Hey man, you look fresh. You know we out here, you know, long hair don't care. We out here. Hold on. The light, hold on. Okay. In here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I see whoever be chopping you up. He got you right. Everything symmetrical.
Hey, shout out. Hey, I need to go get cut by Brownie, but shout out Ron and Don Cuts. You know what I'm saying? He be getting me right. San Francisco, California.
Come on, that's what's happening. Hey, I see you give bro some love on your. I always be appreciating that type of shit, bro.
Always man. Hey, you a barber, so you know firsthand how somebody looks without a cut versus with a great cut. I mean, how somebody even looks with a mediocre to average cut. You know what I'm saying? Versus, but he do the whole thing. He be hitting me with the razor. I got this song called Out That Window, and I said, flying through the point, just pay dub for a taper. You always got a tip when they line with the razor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm shouting.
Hey,
you know cuts is way more expensive now, though.
You know the crazy part about what you just said? Like I've been using the razor for years, right? But traditionally, that shit wasn't a thing on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like it took guys a lot of years to get into that.
Of course, yeah.
And now everybody whipping it. But forget how the cut make you look. How that motherfucker make you feel when you bounce out that bitch.
And that's why it's important. Like right now, you talking, you got that great energy, right? That's important. Yeah. Whoever touched my head, bro, you gotta have good energy. Cause I remember getting my hair cut and somebody touching my head and they'll be arguing with they folks or they BM or whoever. They got a lot going on. You touch my head and I'm leaving. I'm feeling stressed. I'm like, I don't even want to go conquer today. I want to go take a nap. Now my current barber, when he hit me, I'd be like, oh, come on. We hopping up. We're going to do this. Oh, I'm looking good. He done put a towel on my face. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but look, tell motherfuckers though how I don't care how raw your barber is. If the energy bad, like if y'all don't vibe, you to the next, you gotta move on. I be trying to tell a lot of the young guys, I be like, man, y'all gotta work. Like you can cut your ass off, but your energy is horrible.
Man, and then how's your client supposed to be able to trust you if you're not really a good person? Like I actually trust I would hang out with my barber outside of getting cut. You know what I'm saying? So
come on. I always say that. Everybody, my clientele, and I'm not in the shop much no more like I used to be, but I spent a lot of years in there, right? And my clientele always fit my personality. When I look at everybody in their clientele, it always fit their personality. That's how I know the vibe. The vibe in there is important, man. But anyway, you crispy. Sure. Who be brain? Who be twisting you with what you got? What's it like? Twist?
I got locks. Yeah, I got locks. It's locks? Like you know, I just got my hair like double strand twist with the locks, and then like he braided it. You feel me? You know, I like to keep it out my face sometimes. You know, New Year's Eve, we got, despite what's going on right now, for those who have a negative COVID test and want to still go out, I mean, I got booked for the biggest events in San Francisco. That's going to be at Rock Poco. New Year's Eve is going to be lit. It's going to be very safe, you know what I'm saying? And if you do step out, make sure you stepping out with integrity and being mindful of those around you so we can have a good time and end this crazy year off right and bringing the new year right. So you know I had to get hit real quick. You know
come on, super fresh. But look, before we get, we definitely gonna promo that situation too for you. And before we get into that, I want to first welcome you to Riff. I don't know if this is your first time on this joint.
First time.
Man, I partnered with this app probably like 2 to 3 months ago, man, and I really feel like it's something special. I think it's the future. You know what I mean? We appreciate you coming on and joining us. I know we're one of the hottest songs out right now. I know it's hard for a nigga to sit still, and we gonna get into that. But first, I do this every episode, bro. I wanna I always bring up the people that actually made the connection for me. So I got the creators. The creators stepped in to come personally say what up to Stunnaman real quick. So we got Kara. Are you available to step up and say hi again? You know, this is like a ritual for us. She gonna come up right now. I'm gonna introduce you real quick. She real familiar with the people down there at Empire as well. Kara, meet Stunnaman02.
Stunnaman02, thanks for making the Warriors great.
Hey, man, it was already
Making
great.
everybody great.
It's that song, baby.
Thank you. I appreciate
That
it.
song. Yeah, thanks for coming on the platform. This is
an
awesome room. Blendz is the hostess with the mostest. So you're in the right room, Stunnaman. But thanks for making the Warriors great. And, you know, you got to tell me why the 49ers just, you know, I don't know.
Hey, right
We're
now.
going to have to play it louder.
Hey, a lack of transparency is going on right now. Jimmy G been having a great season, but, you know, like most people in the world, he's in fear of losing his position because something great in the 49ers history shows you, like, with Colin Kaepernick, Alex Smith was having a great season when Colin Kaepernick came on. But once he got injured, feel me, that rookie came in there and was balling out. So Jimmy G, he had made a lapse in his judgment. He was injured, and he didn't tell people what resulted in him throwing 2 interceptions if you watch the last game and possibly losing us a big game. Now, you know, that's going to be something. There's going to be a consequence to that. Like, every decision you got, good and bad, is a consequence to it. So right now, we're going to sit and see what happens. Trey Lance coming here this week. It's a big week, and he win. And
yeah, I think it's time to hand Trey Lance the ball anyway. You know what I mean? But but thank you,
Well
Kara.
said.
Appreciate you. I'm gonna
just do a quick thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Catch it, Blendz. Come on.
Appreciate it. One more person I'm gonna introduce you to. She's gonna be helping us moderate the show for the duration. She's here every week. The beautiful Peyton. Peyton, where you at?
Shout out to Peyton.
Hey, I don't have my cell phone this time.
Oh, shoot, she flew in Hampton. Oh, okay. The real issue.
Oh, yeah, the real issue.
The real issue?
Yes.
One of my best
talking to other dudes on here, and I had my scarf on, and I was like, please don't. I'm not always like this. We had jumped on Riff real quick for like 2-3 minutes, and I was like, I got my scarf on.
You still had your glow though, so it's good.
Thank you.
And so look, any questions you got? Like, we're gonna have a full audience in here tonight. We already got 70+ people in the room. So if you see any of the homies, if Quake Beats happen to pop up in here, if anybody and you want to bring them to the stage, all we gotta do is say, hey, Peyton, bring them up. It's very similar to Clubhouse, but just Clubhouse on steroids. You know what I'm talking about? We got full video. So if you see anybody in the crowd that you want to tap in with, let them know. Tap that hand button, get that hand raised, and we'll bring it from the top. We're gonna probably do some Q&As in a minute. We ain't gonna keep you all day, but we're gonna have some fun.
Mm-hmm. All right, for sure.
So look, let's go. So look, 2021, you done had a hell of a year, bro. Man. Looking back, what will be? And I'm curious because during a year where we didn't have so much shit going on, right? So much to smile about, but so much shit, you know what I'm saying? That make you that could make cats sad. A lot of going on, a lot of dark shit. So with you having such a great year, how do you like balance it all? You know what I'm saying? You doing well, right? Really well. But then when you look at everything going on in the world, how do you gain perspective from that, man?
I'm just trying to stay positive, trying to appreciate what I have. To get to this point, I feel like I was very thankful of where I was at, and I was appreciative of what was going on around. And I it's a testament of, you know, not putting anybody down, but not letting your environment dictate your situation. And I knew for me, I needed my life to be good right now. I couldn't wait until COVID was over. I couldn't wait until everybody else and everything else was good. I needed my stuff to be effective in handling right now. And I feel like it's a testament of resilience to me, to the point to where it's like, despite what the state of the world is in, despite who's our president, despite what's going on, for Stunnaman02, that means I still have to live my best quality of life. Not necessarily doing anything better than anybody, but literally, I'm gonna pursue my dreams. I'm gonna make music. I'm gonna be working out. I'm gonna keep getting a fresh cut. I'm gonna keep getting saying? And it's like, I haven't really been going out hella much, but when I do go out, when it's good and it's safe, you feel me? I'm gonna make sure my presence is felt everywhere I go, any room I walk in. If I'm not chilling, I'm gonna make sure I'm in there like, hey, let's raise this energy to another level. And the only thing I can't control COVID. I can't control what's going on with people around me. All I can control is my attitude. You know what I mean? So that's it.
Yeah, because you know, that's a dope ass perspective, man. And if you don't mind, how old are you, if you mind me asking?
I'm 27.
To be 27 with that perspective, you way ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying?
You,
it sounds like you damn near been here before. You know what I'm saying? And
man, I just took a couple. I took a couple losses. That's why my brand is called Still Winning, because the goal is like winning is a mindset. Like when you get into really a lifestyle, same way like somebody's a vegan, or same way you might not be doing certain things. It's a lifestyle, so that doesn't mean you don't lose, though. You know what I mean? It's how do you handle this? How do you handle adversity? So
for sure. And it's an old saying. It's an old saying, for every one person that make it out, it's 100 of us back in the trenches still. You know what I'm saying? And so when you think about it from that perspective, like when you talk about you try to block out what's kind of going on around you, do you ever experience like survivor's remorse, even though you still like, grind and still trying to get to where I'm positive you ain't exactly where you want to be. I'm positive you still growing. We all still growing. But do you ever experience that? Like, you ever be like, man, you ever feel guilty for you being the one? You know what I'm saying? That's actually in this place.
I'm gonna say three things why I don't feel guilty. You know what I'm saying? One is we just did a give back at the Chase Center. You feel me? We was able to weigh a whole bunch of bikes and a whole bunch of shoes. We partnered with Shoe Palace, the Warriors, a whole bunch of people, and we was giving a whole bunch of stuff away. I feel like in my place of me still rising up to be my best self, you know what I'm saying? As long as I'm able to give, that's a blessing. You know what I mean? Or that's I'm real fortunate. If I wasn't doing stuff like that, I would be feeling bad. Like, damn, how am I amassing success? No matter how big it's looked, and I can't get nothing back. You know what I mean? And then this isn't the first time something well has happened in my life. When I was in fourth, fifth grade, I went to, they said, one of the worst schools in San Francisco. But I had,
what school is that?
John Muir. It was elementary school.
John. So what part of San Francisco did you actually grow up in? I meant to ask that earlier.
Yeah. I'm from Fillmore, and I moved to the point when I was 11. You know what I mean? So I grew up on what they say is Page Street 400 block. You know what I mean? Hayden West. You know what I mean? Then I moved to Garlington, which is Hunters Point. You know what I mean? I've never been shit, but I grew up in that environment. You know what I mean? Yeah. My life, I don't like to glorify it, but I grew up in an environment when I used to come outside every day. It literally be people selling crack in front of my gate, and all them people were cool to me because they was buying groceries. They was saying, "Come on, little Jordan, come on, man, you can make it. Stay focused." So that's why I don't feel guilty, because my neighborhood, my environment always pushed me to want to do well. So when I got like a fourth, fifth grade, I was tested very high in San Francisco, and I ended up getting an academic scholarship to a program which led me to go to a private all boys school. So when I did that, it was like I was the only one who had this opportunity. And I told myself when I was young, and my mom constantly reminded me, she said, when you look at your situation, you look into a room you're going in, you're the only person there. You know what I'm saying? But you're not the only person. You're different and you're one of a kind, but you're not the only person with these talents. You know how smart your friends are. So you can't waste these opportunities if you get them. So it's like, if I got these opportunities, it's a reason for doing that. And then taking that, and then now my goal is basically translating it back to what's going on and using my platform to make an impact. So, and then on top of that, I feel like every other week, I'm making music with somebody who was me. You know what I mean? Like somebody who might not have the buzz I got, but you feel me? They're very talented. Come on, let's get this song. I want you to be better than I ever been. You know what I mean? So if I was doing some shady stuff out here, like really like being condescending to people and being like, man, F the hood, I don't want to do that. But we not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say we still in the hood, but at the end of the day, we still in touch with it. You know what I mean?
And what you just said too, extending that olive branch and things of that nature and pulling cats up, you know, and sometimes immediately you might not even see the benefit of that, right? But when you start talking legacy, when it's all said and done, that type of shit don't, you know what I'm saying, don't go unnoticed. You know what I mean? At some point, you're gonna see the benefit of that, and cats gonna always remember that. You know what I mean? When it's all when we start to talk legacy and those things, them things is very important. And obviously, by listening, you know, to what you've been saying, you've been grinding for years. You know what I mean? It sounds like you've been at it for a long time. You just reference back, you know, to things going for you in like the 5th to 6th grade. I know in my career, cats tend to look at certain things, like the people around me sometimes tend to look at certain things and like shit just kind of happened overnight. And I wouldn't even say the close people because they see me grinding, but I always say to people, I'll be like, man, if it happened overnight, you got to tell me which one of them nights you talking about, because I've been doing this shit, you know, for years. So with you having a smash coming out, do you ever feel like people kind of look at you like, damn, you just struck lightning in a bottle and this shit just happened yesterday? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they say it takes 10 years to make an overnight success. So
come on.
I made my first song in 2009. I mean, I got poetry books back in 3rd grade in 2003. So it's literally been a lifestyle. And you know, for the people that really don't know me, or they just getting hit, or they only know Big Steppin, you know what I'm saying? Of course it's, oh man, you came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? For the people who've been around, like my management, like my my team, they know. A lot of people was there when I made my first song, you know, 2009. A lot of people 5 years ago remember almost every Friday I was freestyling on Instagram to get my talent, my confidence up. Quake Beats was the person who produced Big Steppin. He was there when I won a freestyle competition. So you know,
he's nice too. He's nice as shit too.
Yeah, he raw. Like his
future bright as fucking this. For real.
Of course. I never heard one of his beats before I asked to work with him. It was literally off God just saying, God in the universe. Something in me was, when somebody told me he's a producer, they said, go up to him and make sure that you work with him. Like push, like over push the issue. Like, come on, we have to work. It's imperative. You know what I mean? So, you know, when it come down to that, when people do say, I'll be like, man, this ain't happening overnight. This, like, at minimum, I can literally say this is 3 going on 4 years in, because March 24th, 2018 is when I dropped my first single. But before that, it was 2 years of just work. It was 2 years of recording music that I never put out just so I could get right. So, you know, it's been a process. Now, so Big Steppin', right? Before we get into any of the other songs, take us through the process of that. Was that like and for y'all that don't know, that's the latest hit record. I think, to me, that's the song of the year. I was just talking to Rab about that, and I was saying, Rab, if you in here, man, let's continue that conversation. I think that was the biggest song, whether it was regional, nationwide, mainstream, however they want to characterize it. I think that was the biggest song of the year, in my opinion. Thank you, man.
Take us through the process of that. I mean, the energy of it, though. Like, when you first dropped that, when y'all first did it, did you already know, like, off top, like, this is a hit record? You know what I'm saying? Or did y'all stumble across it?
We was kind of like in the flow. Quake Beats, we was supposed to do a project hella long ago, but last year, 2021, really, like, I think 2020, we really came, it was 2020, we really came together and was like, let's do this. So in that, he said he wants to make a project with no fillers. So I'm like, come on, I'm at 1,000%. So he did his due diligence. We had been crafting a sound for three years already. So we just elevated that sound in different ways. Anything you hear off the album playing right now, I gotta feel it is a phrase that I would yell before every time I record with Quake Beats. So
I gotta feel it.
Exactly. I gotta feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's energy. You know what I'm saying? Even on a slow song, you still gotta feel it, because why am I doing it if I don't feel it? You know what I mean? So when we was doing this, I was in my flow. We had just knocked out 2 songs and I was about to leave. Quake Beats played the Big Steppin beat right before I was about to leave. And I was like, hold on, what's this? So then I'm saying, it's like instantaneously, I didn't write nothing, went in there, was punching in it. And I was like, 4, 5, and I'm like, come on, we're going to record it. Did everything. Once we finished the whole project, I showed my team. there's a dude on my team that Concrete 8 AB. I was like, listen through the project and tell me what you're feeling. He stopped on Big Steppin. He said, all right, listen, this is the one. Go shoot the video at this time, then drop it at this time, and then just push it. So I was like, all right. So February, I hired a personal trainer. I got in the best shape of my life. You know what I'm saying? Took 3 months. In that span of 3 months, I found what is now my production team. We shoot Big Steppin.
So hold up.
Yeah.
Y'all so you sat on the song for 3 or more months until you got right?
It was out, you know what I mean? So, you know,
already out.
I dropped other thing. I did other stuff. Like I dropped a song called Heat Up first. Then I dropped
Heat Up. I like that one. That's one of my gym tracks right there.
Hey, thank you, man. I'm happy I can motivate you. You know what I mean? That's what I do.
Yeah.
So then after that, we put the video out for buzzing. Then I did some singles like Major League, and I did like a Thizzle Cypher. So every month I felt like I did something big. You know what I mean? Something big happened. A music video, freestyle came out. Then I just trusted. I had faith in what somebody was saying. I trusted what they said, and I followed it to the T. So I made a treatment I was comfortable with. You know what I mean? I worked out and I was running Lake Merritt. I ran Lake Merritt for like 3 months straight. You know what I mean? Getting in shape, 3 to 5 miles. Feel me? Every other day. My method was to lift, get my body right, eat, change my whole diet, and then every 2 days run about 10 miles. So I did that, got right, and then my birthday is when we shot Big Steppin, May 3rd. So, you know, I went to my gym, we shot it. I was getting in shape because I'm saying 4 5s on me look like I'm bench pressing. I wanted to be able to make sure I could hit 225. You know what I mean?
Hit through 220.
I don't want to be lying in my raps. No cap in my
raps. Come.
Hey,
we need to see some before and afters too, man. Cause that's some movie shit right there. You know what I'm saying? That's like you getting ready for a role and just make it happen.
Thank you, man. And then from there, the day of, you know, we having fun. We drinking a little bit in the gym, enjoying life. And I'm just doing a dance that I've been doing my whole life. I've been doing this since like 8th, 9th grade. You know what I mean? That just came from a mix of dancing and seeing different dances. Like, I don't want to bite his dance. I'm gonna just do my own thing right here. So I do it throughout the music video. Like we have 2 different scenes, and or a couple different scenes, and I'm doing it throughout the music video. And while I'm doing this the whole time, my production crew is like, bro, that dance is different, bro. Like we gotta chop you up, have you hitting the dance. And then when we dropped the music video, my manager's wife and my girl's manager, they was like, oh, we doing a 30-day challenge. You should do it. So I'm like, all right. Then my partner's cousin, he owns a publishing company. He's like, hey, Stunner should go around the whole San Francisco like Junebug, because the Junebug challenge is popping, and hit the Big Steppin. So I'm like, all right. I was like, 30 days dance. I'm going to go around the whole city and just hit the all of San Francisco and hit the Big Steppin everywhere. So I was like, I'm going to do it for 30 days. By day 14, hella people was tapping in, and I think eventually like E40 or somebody tap in. So I'm like, oh. I'm like, what the heck? So I'm like, hey. So we end up linking up with E40, and now I'm hitting it with him. And then by day 30, like I'm like, oh, I can't do 30 days. I'm gonna do 60. So then by day 60, we already, the 49ers is calling us by now. So I'm like,
let's go.
I can't stop at day 60. So then by day 90, we go to LA. We didn't went out. For me, the Jabberwockies is calling me. So I'm like, damn, the Jabberwockies hitting me. Now we on day 192, and man, I done got invited to games in Phoenix. I done had multiple. I mean, like a real crazy point is when we went to LA, and you know who D Smoke is?
Yeah,
you know,
D Smoke won the little not the little, I don't like to say nothing little, but he won the talent show that was on I forget the name of it. And he's hard though.
Yeah, so my point for me was I met D Smoke like 2 weeks ago, and I go to say what's up to him. He's like, hey, what's up, Stunner? I was like, wait, you know me? And he was like, yeah, of course. You Big Steppin. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, that was like the most one. I'm like, man. So after that, it was just me having faith, me really believing in something, me seeing a vision and just breaking down what it took to make that vision, and then just putting it all together, and then being consistent with the marketing. Like I knew I don't really like to I'm probably gonna change that going forward because I see what all these labels do. But I didn't really like to invest like money into advertising. So I was like, how can I organically advertising with real authentic numbers? You know what I mean? So and this was my way of doing it. Come in doing a simple dance, you know, just having fun.
Man, I can't get that shit for shit. Hey, it look like when you look at y'all doing it, and I be seeing, I was watching a little video, my dog Cali K. Now you know Josh, I seen you and Josh in there doing it, and I'm sitting there looking at y'all. So I tried to do this shit right, but it's a little more leg movement in there than just because this a natural motion. Anytime you get off the bench press, right? Everybody naturally get up and go and just start like to the air, right? But then I'm looking at the dance. I'm like, man, it's a little more footwork in there than people think. So I'm still working on it, man.
But man, any way you can hit it, that's how you hit it. Some people hit it like this, they hit it like that. As long as you kind of went in a circle and you hit it, good, you know what I mean? I'm saying, just think about tip calf raises, quick toes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So look, but is it, quick question, is it kind of like, I wouldn't say scary, but do it kind of like be on your mind that song was such a big hit, right? So going forward, you know, trying to match that or even knowing that everything that you do from this point on will probably be compared to the success, you know what I'm saying, a Big Steppin', or do you just like put this shit behind you, y'all going forward, you know what I'm saying?
To me, that's the best thing that could ever happen in my life. You know, a lot of people try for their whole life to get one song to go up. And as of right now, at least in Northern California, in the Bay Area, and we pushing it nationally and globally, I got a record organically resonating with people. So I'm fortunate to be able to do that. With me, I don't really have, even if I am scared, I don't really have quote unquote fear towards something. I know that moment was a moment in time. It's putting lightning in a bottle. It will never be recreated. So I don't chase that. I literally just do me. Like if a player had a great game, you don't go chase that game. You just keep doing what you was doing to have that great game. So all I do is stay in the gym, literally stay working out, stay in the studio, keep writing, and work with better producers. Big Steppin' might be the first song that made people hip with me, but you know, I just did a project with DJ Fresh. You know, I just did a whole bunch. I did a whole bunch of music with Lil Jon. You know what I mean? I did a whole bunch of music for like my personal projects and with great producers. So it's like essentially, if I keep putting myself in better positions, then and all I'm doing is sinking down to my training, then I'm gonna always technically rise to the occasion and be ready. So I'm just ready to get unleash this catalog. You know, talk about this mental health music, talk about this club music. You know, make more music like Big Steppin'. You know, just this is just fun to me, and it's just like all it is gonna be like, okay, if not for 10 years, say Big Steppin' go diamond. And not for 10 years, I don't drop another diamond record. That don't mean I can't go platinum throughout the whole time of doing that. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I can't make other music that people enjoy and feel. So for me, it's a blessing. It's like I'm gonna always be Big Steppin'. Let's trademark. It's locked in. It's official. So I'm just excited. You know what I mean? And come off of this, and then now this is more so using this as a credibility chip, where it's like, all right, when people might have looked down on me before, now it's like, oh, why are you in this room? Why does your opinion matter? Not to compare myself to anybody, but be like, man, hey, I'm Big Steppin' right now. You know what I mean? I've been Steppin'. Check me out. You know what I mean? Or,
I tell you what, man, your energy already just in the first part of this shit is refreshing. You know what I'm saying? It's good, especially, you know, with somebody at such a young age to have such a good spirit about them. And I'm sure the listeners is peeping the same thing. And I felt that, you know, when I first tapped in, I noticed that great energy from you. And that was one of the things that kind of drew me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm also what they call a hip hop nerd, man. I love this shit, you know what I'm saying? And when I peeped it, that was one of the main things I said, oh, bro got great energy. Now we typically live in a time, right, where everybody got such a really short attention span, right? So I always tell people, like I said last week, we had Young JR on the show. I said, look,
that's my guy.
That's man, good nigga, very talented nigga, huh?
Bro, that's probably the most talented artist I work with thus far. But
unbelievable, right?
I'm about to go to the studio with him after this. We got a project we making. We about like 6 or 7 songs in. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so
no shit. That's dope right there. And I love the way everybody's starting to collaborate and work together, man. That's really what we need. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and collaboration is the key to elevation. You know what I mean,
come on.
To
me, that's the only thing we lacking.
Exactly. All right, think about this. If I ask you, what's Snoop Dogg's biggest song? What was his first number one? What would you say?
Shit, that would have to be the one he made his entry. Not I wouldn't say the Chronic. I wouldn't say Nothing But a G Thing. It was the one right before that. What's the name of it? I'm just drawing a blank right now. What would you say? I'm drawing a blank.
Post in the comments what y'all think Snoop Dogg's first number one is and what his biggest song is. I'm gonna give us like 10 seconds. Like 10, 9.
Nothing But a G Thing gotta be the biggest. Gin and Juice. Somebody said Gin and Juice.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, whoever said drop it like it's hot is correct. You know what I'm saying? His first
is that the biggest song?
When he was 34 years old, him and Pharrell made a song called Drop It Like It's Hot. And at that point, I believe it might have changed now, but for a while, that was his first number one song, I believe. His first number one song, and then the longest or the biggest song he had for a while. So when it come down to, it's like to us, Snoop Dogg solely might have huge songs, but to the world, his biggest song might be a collaboration, which doesn't take anything away from you, but it gives you more reason to collaborate. A lot of people's biggest things are collaborations. You know what I'm saying? So
now,
you know what I mean?
Let's keep in mind. Now let's keep in mind some of the great music Snoop did before that. A lot of that music was before social media too.
For sure. Hey, 1,000%. And that's why, you know, I feel like people like Snoop and like Mac Dre's, Too Shorts, if they had social media back then, they'd be killing it because they was some of the best people at self-promotion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but and what I was and it kind of like goes back to what you saying right now. What I was touching on was I noticed that people got like a real short attention span. Like music come for a second, it's hot, then it's disappeared. Right? I always tell people like the microwave was the worst thing they could have put in the house because everybody lost their patience as soon as they put that in there. Right? And so. But now it's like there's like this shift going on, and I think TikTok is a big part of that shift. So what I'm seeing is, all right, I take it back. I go back to when Simba dropped that Leakers freestyle. We talked to Simba about that on the show. When he dropped that Leakers freestyle, it was really hot when it first dropped, right? Then it simmered down, and then like out of nowhere, like 3-4 months later, the shit started going viral again. So when I look at Big Steppin already been viral, but you could literally be a year away from that song even maxing out its potential. Have you ever even considered that?
Yeah, I say it was dope. You said talking about the microwave. I say right now we live in an air fryer generation because people want their food. They want their food cooked fast and easy, but they also want it to be high quality. You can literally make stuffed chicken in an air fryer. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it come down to it, that's what our generation is. People want the music fast and they want it how they want it, but also it got to be high quality. It got to be mixed. The beat got to be good. I wouldn't say content and lyrics so much, but there's different lanes for everybody. You got your lyricists. Sure. You got your people who only listen to the beat. You got your people who are club people. So it's like it's still things in effect like the song Trap Queen by Fetty Wap, it took like 2 years to blow up. But when it hit, he kept pushing it. He shot multiple videos for it. But when it hit, feel me, he was the biggest thing out. And he just admitted he was the reason he fell off. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
I saw that interview too.
Exactly. So he was very accountable of what's going on and saying like, man, I was just making the wrong moves. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to it, long as you use your momentum, it could go as far as you want. I know Big Steppin is not diamond yet, so it hasn't reached its full potential. So I'm prepared to push it until it gets there. But things like how Simba dropped something great and it didn't get the flowers it needed until months later. It's just that's how music goes. I dropped Big Step in January 2021, and we didn't drop the video till May 2021. And then right now it's about to be a year, and it's only going national so far. You know what I'm saying? We still have to get it. We still have work to do. You know what I mean? The whole East Coast got to get on it. The South got to get on it. And then it got to get out the way. It got to go international. We got to be Big Steppin in Brazil. We got to be Big Steppin in Australia. And I know by doing that, even though it's one song, I'm going to amass fans across the way. So if I'm going to drop music in between this whole time, but I don't mind putting that up there, and it's the song you like, and then you're like, okay, let me go see what else you got, and it's matching equal to or better to quality. You know what I mean? I got an Australian connection for you that got the ears of everybody out there. I'm gonna talk to you about that after the show. We're gonna make that happen since you mentioned it. But I want to take you back to your initial point when you started talking about the different lanes in music, because I feel like personally that's something that hip hop never addressed. You know what I'm saying? So when hip hop was started, and you know where the Mecca is, the Mecca in New York City, when it first initiated, I don't think they accounted for evolution. So as music goes forward and people got these different little sub-genres and different styles of music, I don't think that's ever, you know what I'm saying, been addressed. And I do feel like we need to start to look at hip-hop music. When I listen to your music, bro, I was listening, one of my favorite songs is it's called Major League, one of them songs you got called, that's one of my favorite. And you actually in there bar spitting, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want cats to get confused. You actually putting together them, we like to call it double and triple syllable type rhyming patterns. And I don't know if you know that's what you're doing, but that's what you're doing. This shit ain't Dr. Seuss by no stretch of the imagination. You actually bar spitting, and being from the West Coast, they don't really expect that from us. But we got a lot of bar spitters, and I think hip-hop needs to open up the door for more different types of music. Hey, I agree 1,000%. I know my style. Like 4 years ago, I was sitting in the car with my homie, and I made some song, and I was like, my goal is to make some music that slap, but that's also conscious. It's like a Trojan horse. So you like in that Major League song, I say something like, if you let me hold it, you don't owe me shit. Never been the type to try to flex in my homie shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, like, I'm talking about people out there, when they take care of their kids, they're not building their kids up and positive stuff. But if you listen to the song straight through, it's a high energy, quote unquote, shit talking song. So my thing is, I like to just put things in there of relevance to, you know, helping you be a good person, into some stuff that slap. So that I feel like that's my, like, it's like conscious trap. I mean, so, you know, Trojan horse, conscious trap. And I feel like, you know, it definitely should be a light shot on the respective field that you in. Like, there's a lot of melodic rappers, and there's a lane, and people, there should be music for that. I think rappers like Freddie Gibbs, or I think it's Gibbs, or, you know, Freddie, he basically make what they say is boo bam rap, or the original style of rap. Him and Benny the Butcher, like, you know, like, it's like all these people, it's like where they're still doing well, so you can't say the genre, that type of genre of hip hop is faded. And also, hip hop is now the biggest genre of music in the world. So there's gonna be, people are gonna do it differently, and then there's gonna be styles that people adapt to, or they feel like it's theirs. So, you know, and I feel like the sport is always gonna be changing. The same way there's a Steph Curry, there's always gonna be like a new artist coming out with a unique style that's doing something different. So, you know, I agree 1,000%. I think it should definitely be addressed that you can't say, if a person making rap music, you can't say they're not real hip hop if they don't do a certain thing. They're just a ground form, because that's like saying Steph Curry is not a real MVP because he doesn't dunk. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. I mean, like, this is such a great interview already, man. Salute to you, man. Look, before we go any further, bro, we're gonna see if we got anybody out there, any of the listeners want to. I saw some hands up, and we were so deep into it that I couldn't stop. But let's see if we got any hands out there. Anybody want to come up and say something and interact with this? Because that's what we about, y'all. Come up. Wait a second. They asked me what I'm drinking. Y'all know my drinking choice is always gonna be that Lobo. Shout out to Money Green. Shout out to LeBron, all the good people down there at Lobos, man.
Hey, dope. Hey, what you doing for New Year's Eve?
Man, I really don't have no plans. I might have to lock in with you.
Hey, text me so I can put your name on the guest list.
That's a bet. We're gonna work that out.
Let's do it.
For sure.
But yeah.
If we don't got no hands, we're gonna keep going. We'll come back to y'all later. You wanna say something, Peyton?
Money.
So I was just about to say, there is a hand up. I also had a question, but I'm gonna bring her up first. Jazzy, I did just send you an invite. You just gotta accept it to come right on up.
Who is that? Yeah, what's her name again? Accept that invite. Come on up.
Let's go. Come up to greatness. Jazzy.
Hey, how you doing, Stunnaman?
Hey, I'm feeling great. You know, showing love, no hate. You know how that go.
Yeah. I just wanted to say keep up the good work. I just pulled up on nephew JR.
Hey, that's my guy. I'm about to see him tonight.
Yeah, Deli Bo, my son.
Oh, for real? What's up? Hey, you let your mama in. You be creating greatness.
Yeah, I mean I'm his son's granny, his nana.
Oh, that's the.
You know, he got two little boys.
Yeah, you still connected though, somehow, some way.
Oh yeah, of course. But where your show gonna be at? Cause I'm trying to go to his on the 1st. Where yours at on New Year's Eve?
Rockapoko in Mission. If you go on my Instagram, it's all over there. If you click the link in the bio, you can find tickets. But Rockapoko in Mission, I think it's like something like 3140 Mission Street, like something like that. But it's right there in San Francisco on Mission. So I just posted. I posted a flyer earlier today, so you should be able to find it.
Okay.
And if anything, I could try to. Let me see if I can post a flyer in here, or I might make it my profile picture. Hold on. I'm gonna do. We going all in.
Come on, let's go.
Thank you.
If you have the link to it, you can put the link in the message bar, and that way once people click it, it'll bring them right to it.
Let me go do that right now, real quick, so I can save y'all some time.
Jazzy, how you hear about the show?
I just
hear about the
interview. I get the alerts. I just started following the show, but I get the alerts. So I just seen that he was on there. And I had just, like I said, I just pulled up on nephew. So when I seen he was on here, I had to say something.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you joining. So you definitely tapped in last week when we had JR on, huh?
Oh yeah. I tapped in, of course.
Come on. Appreciate you joining us though. For real.
All right. Yeah. I love what they doing. I watched JR grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's always good to see, young black men who came up the way they did doing something positive. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
It could have been a whole, you know what I'm saying? It could have went a whole nother way. So
hey, I'm happy I'm still here. I lost like a lot of people that I know. I lost like 2 very close friends or 3 very close friends this year that was essential to my movement. Like I'm talking about was coming to every show, was like being like every time something happening, they reposting it, that believed in me. So I'm fortunate to be here. So I'm happy. So I'm gonna make the most of my opportunity.
Yeah, so and like I said, what's even more impressive, you know what I mean, and what make me feel real good, man, because it's to see all y'all, everybody starting to really work together, man, and we getting rid of that divide, and you got cats from different areas coming together and making great music. And I think the world will start to see the talent, all the talent that we got right here in the Bay Area, man, in Northern California, man.
Yeah, y'all keep pushing that that positive, because Deli Bo was a big loss for me. So I love to see JR keeping his name alive in his songs and all that. I love to see all y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We love
appreciate you tapping in with us.
No problem.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor. Have a beautiful night. I said have a beautiful night.
I will. You too.
Hey, thank you.
We got anybody else in the audience that want to say something real quick before we finish off the show? We got room for another question. Y'all there?
Can I ask one?
Go ahead, for sure.
Hey.
So my question would be, do you see yourself making another hit with a dance?
With a dance? That's a good question. To me, I kind of just go with the flow. So if it's organic, then of course, but I'm not gonna force myself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna front and say I didn't think about taking dance classes so I could just be ready. But I think it's just more of a feeling and organic. Like I know, like I see what we do well, but I don't like to try to replicate moments. What I try to do is, or what I do is, I make the music, and then the time was best, then we go from there. It might be in my best interest to make a song and then drop it with a book. It might be my best interest to make a song and then drop it with a cooking recipe. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not going to limit myself. I just want to grow myself. So I'm open 1,000%. Like if somebody came to me like, hey, Stunner, I just made this dance for you. I think you should do it with this song. And I'm like, come on, let's do what we just did. I got the formula. Give me 30 days. Come on and see where it go from there. So I'm all for it. I would love to do that. I don't feel like it's nothing wrong in repeating success. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people are trying to be too cool, but also have that.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Have that mindset where it's okay to try new things and do something different. You know what I mean? Look at MC Hammer. He danced his whole career.
Yeah, he did.
You had to turn the heater off. It was getting hot.
Hey, look, I got a personal question that, well, not personal to you, but it's personal to me, right? And I always wonder, like, I want to get your opinion on this, because when you start to do shit that's like exceptional, right? And then you look around and you look at, damn, these sportscasters is on ESPN and they doing my shit, right? And I look at, you know what I'm saying? And then you look at the NFL players and they doing my shit. I tell you a little, like, nobody knows this. This is the first time I told anybody this. I was in Arizona. We was playing the Phoenix Suns, right? I'm with the team, and we had a little private party right after the Warriors beat. We actually, it was the night before we played the Suns. You know what I'm saying? Right, the night before we played the Suns. We rented out a small like private hookah lounge, whole squad there. We just having a good time, just music, hookah, and we just vibing, having a couple drinks, whatnot, right?
Yeah.
The DJ put on Big Steppin, and when I tell you, bro, like all the whole starting five, all 12 cats in there up doing, I'm like, bro got the whole squad in here, Big Steppin, and he's somewhere probably don't even know this is going on. Like, is this shit surreal to you though, bro? When you see that, or do you ever stop and take a step back and be like, all right, I need to really just take this in real quick, because this is some exceptional shit.
Before I talk about the gratitude, how thankful I am, and how surreal it is, Kobe Bryant said in his interview, one that's on Showtime, he's like, he don't get intoxicated by stuff because this is literally everything he worked for. And you go in the middle, what Nipsey Hussle was saying, in doing this type of stuff, you go through every emotion. So when you do get the reward, you kind of just be like, okay, I went through all of this stuff to get here, so I didn't give up when the worst shit happened. So when that stuff happened, that means I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna enjoy it. But to me, stuff like that is great, and it's crazy that you even said that, because the week before the Warriors played the Suns, I don't know if you knew this, but I went on a promo run and I was in Phoenix for 3 days. I went to the Suns game and they had played, man, like right before y'all went, like 2 weeks ago, like literally. I was pushing the record out there. I went and did a whole bunch of interviews. I went in all the DJs. I made sure people had it. So, and I guess fate in the universe just had it to where they knew y'all was in the building. And I literally just was at the Phoenix Sun game, and they played it on there. They shouted me out. I was Big Steppin at the game. So, them being DJs, whatever DJ that was playing, shout out to them who was tapped in, was able to know, like, oh, I just saw Stunnaman. I know he from the Bay. Of course the Warriors gonna rock with it. And a lot of the Warriors was the first people that helped put the song on. Like Juan was big on it, Jordan Poole, a lot of the
shout out to Juan T. Let's go.
And then I saw Draymond in the club right after he won his gold medal. And I was literally in his face rapping a song to him, like not trying to be obnoxious, but at the same time, we're like, bro, I got that heat. You feel me? Check me out.
You was in Vegas?
Nah, this was way before. This is like right. He had came back for a DJ's birthday. I think it was
Shabazz?
Yeah, Shabazz birthday. Yeah.
Come on. Hey, the crazy part about it is I was there. I probably wasn't even paying no attention.
Man, it's all good. Hey, you don't know till you know. You know what I mean? So
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's dope. That's dope shit though.
So when it comes down to it, for me, I'm just happy to hear that a group of people, despite who it may be, heard my music, and the first thing they thought of was, man, we finna get in here and do this, and hold and behold, the next day they would go and beat a stiff competitor. You know what I mean? So to me, they make me feel good. That's why I made the music for. I remember 2 years ago, I was like, man, I just want people to make highlight videos to my music. I just want people to, before they got a game, they go get energized. And now people all the way to the Warriors, to the Niners, all the way to my old high school, they just want to stay championship. And now the song that they came out to every game was Big Steppin. So, you know.
Come on. Look, we got another hand up. Let me get this one in. Jay Brum, let's go.
What's happening, y'all? No, I'm just tapping in, enjoying the interview so far. Stunnaman02, man. Thank you for joining Blendz. This been great so far. I'm just listening, and one thing kind of that keeps coming up is your humility. And I find it interesting that in the spite of, you know, all your success and all the things that's going right for you, how humility keeps coming to the surface when you speak about yourself. And in a game like rap, where everything is about self-promotion, confidence, you come across as very confident, but where is that innate humility? Where does that come from with you personally? Like, where do you get that quality?
Oh, for sure. I say two things. My mom and my grandma, for sure.
Great question, by the way.
Yeah, that was a question. Thank you for that, man. You a genius yourself, and even having the capacity to take that in and ask that, because I thought I'm just doing me. I know I'm out here having humility and whatnot. You a genius. Now, my mom and my grandma, you know, always, you know, they say about be thankful and grateful. You know, it's like everything you get, all the way from, like, you know, I might have grew up in bad conditions, but I never really had to quote unquote suffer. I thought we always had it good, because I always had food, and I might not have had the freshest of shoes, but when it was time to get them, I went through a whole bunch of days of not having them, like having holes in my sneakers, to when, you know, how them cool grades just came out, I had the ability to get them when I was younger and things like that. So, you know, it's from not having and having. Also, I understand that all this, whatever I've been working so hard for, this could be going not tomorrow, this could be going today. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I just try to be thankful and grateful, and not try to have this thing to be like, oh, I might be the only Stunnaman02, but that doesn't make me irreplaceable. That doesn't make me in a situation where I'm better than anybody, because the way that we talking about it's a microwave air fryer generation, it's an artist who got a hit ready right now with a dance. It's an artist who's an actual dancer and went to college for marketing and all of this stuff, that's ready to take a hit out there right now. But I don't try to focus on that. I just focus on doing what I need to do. And as long as I'm making people feel good, as long as I'm making a genuine good impact, then I feel like I'm stepping in the right way. And there's no reason for me to, like I said, the Big Steppin song, I was like, I basically said, treat everybody equal. I am not above, but I'm gonna get the condescending if you doubt my buzz. So initially, I'm gonna treat everybody right with respect. But if it comes to the point you disrespected me, I have no choice but to let you know, hey, look, I am somebody who is reputable, and I feel me. But you know, that's beside the fact. But I appreciate that, man. And you know, I'm just trying to put that into the world. Also, I think it's a misconception that people think that you have to be like bad to be cool. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, to me, like, I don't know, like, to me, like, stuff like working out has always been cool to me, or like, you know, like taking your money and doing the right thing with it, or like being able to give back or buying houses and stuff, like that's hella dope to me. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to make that cool. That's why I go out to the clubs and I go have fun and I'll kick it with the beautiful women, or we'll do some things that is quote unquote popularized, but we doing it in the right manner. Like, and we want to respect the ladies. You know what I'm saying? We want to respect people who look like us. You know what I mean? And that's what, I
was already a fan, man. I'm after this. Like we did elevate that. Can we get somebody to check Stunnaman birth certificate, man? It's no way. You know, let's do it. I need to run a background check, man. You way ahead of your time, bro.
You know, it's hella funny. I just met my dad this year, and me and my dad got the same birthday. So it's like it's crazy how all come together, and I go meet him. And a lot of the stuff I've been saying my whole life, I never met this person before, but I meet them, and it's like, dang, you act just like me. I'm like, I don't know.
You can't. Hey, ain't no escaping DNA. I'm gonna tell you another like quick story, because but same thing, right? I never met. The last time I seen my dad, I was like 5 years old, right? I don't know nothing about him, never asked no questions, right? But then my mom told me, as I was older in life, my mom told me that he was actually a barber.
Man, that's crazy. My dad is a barber too.
That's crazy, but the trippy part that I went on to do that, right? And I never, and my dad was, without me knowing anything about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, never had a conversation. She never told me how I just ended. That's why I be saying, ladies, look, when y'all out here today, y'all gotta understand, y'all, when y'all picking these dudes, y'all picking their DNA. I'm telling you, like a lot of times your kids are gonna have you. There ain't no escaping the DNA, bro. That shit crazy, man.
Nah, for real. It's definitely crazy, ridiculous.
That shit. We got any more hands in the audience, real quick?
That's dope, man. Congratulations. I'm happy you found about your father though, and shout out to the girl who asked.
And I'm still doing, and I'm still researching. You know what I used to think? I used to be like, I used to have this attitude, because you know kids are real forgiving. I'm always gonna be his son, right? And we real forgiving. So sometimes I be like, man, I'm like I don't really need you for nothing no more. Like, what's the issue? You know what I'm saying? Just pull up. I really just want to get to know you to find out about me. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn some different things about it. Ain't, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you be wondering, like, man, what's the hold up? Like, what's the hang up? But a friend of mine told me that was like, you know what? Sometimes when you dig such a deep hole, it's easier to just bury yourself in it than try to come up out of it. So you might have to take the initiative to go ahead and try to pull up. You know what I'm saying? So that's my mission for the new year.
So right after my birthday, I ended up flying out to South Carolina to go meet my dad. Right at the same like right after the Big Steppin video dropped. So I'm for sure. I encourage all of that. I had no doubt in my head. I knew what I was gonna do, and I knew, man, I'm 27 years old. If you ain't made an effort to come now, what's gonna motivate you? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it was more for me. I knew back in October last year, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go find my dad. And then by January, we was already in conversation. Then by May, I met him. So you know what I mean?
That's dope. That's dope as hell, man. That's dope as hell. Hey, salute to you, man, because I know you've already learned a lot about yourself in that short period of time.
Hella stuff happened. Like I think I stopped smoking, and I had to be transparent with myself. I still might smoke a little bit to have fun, indulge, but even in that, also one thing I feel like I was like a lot of black males. I was hypersexual, and you know I don't think that's bad, because a high libido is also associated with a high drive and ambition. You know what I mean? So but I also think a lot of times, because we have a high libido, and black men, people in general, that sometimes we misassociate that with that need to have a lot of sex. And I was chasing that to fill a void. And I feel like after I met my dad, I was able to address that and be like, okay, you feel me? I don't need to do this thing that once glorified me in the hood, or made me feel better in the short term. I can use that energy toward putting my talents now. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it helped me heal a lot of things and personally. You know what I'm
saying? That's wisdom, bro. That's wisdom. I'm more and more impressed as this conversation goes on, man. Like, for real, no bullshit, bro. Who else we got in there? Because I want to get to some other stuff because I don't want to take up too much of his night. So who else we got in there that want to say something real quick, and we're gonna go. Anybody got a hand up?
You good? I'm just gonna go to. Oh.
Let's go.
So, there aren't any hands up, but if anybody does want to ask, you just tap the hand button right next to the message icon, and I can help you. So if you wanted to keep going, and then once you guys do take more questions, I can bring them up.
Cool. Perfect. Y'all heard that? Tap that hand button, and we'll bring you up. It's kind of hard for us to read when you type the comments. It's kind of hard for us to read those and answer at the same time because it's constantly moving. But we do see them. That's Stunnaman02. Go ahead.
I said, how did you find him? And this might sound weird, but I'm gonna give you the secret of how I found my dad. It was all universe, manifestation, and energy. I was last 2020. I was in Vegas, and I was drinking with my friends. We was having a good time. And in the midst of that, I said, I had an epiphany. I was like, I'm finna go find my dad. And it was only a thought at first. Then I had came back from my trip, and like a week later, I went to my mom's house, and randomly she came and said, son, this is a picture of your dad. I didn't tell her nothing about what I had said in Vegas or nothing. She gave me the picture, and I was like, oh shit. So I looked at the picture, and I took it in. I was like, okay. I was like, and I told her, like, hey, I said I'm gonna find my dad. She's like, dope. This is where he's at. Everything cool. So then a couple months later, I forgot about it. And then it was November by then. And then in December, January, my dad added me on Facebook. And I was like, whoa. So I think me being ready, me putting that energy into the universe, you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing. Everything we want is at our fingertips. We just have to be ready for it. It's not about you wish things to come true. You have to be ready for it. And the way you be ready for it is having it in your mind, saying it, and then being like, I can handle what comes with it. You know what I mean? I said I'll be for it. And then from then, we start chopping it up. And then next thing you know, it was the way I really went to meet him physically is my auntie was calling me every week because she was sick in the hospital. And she was like, oh, you got to come see me. I was like, I'm going to come. And then she passed away. So I was like, damn. I said I was going to come. But one thing she asked me to do, she said, you got to meet your dad. And I was like, all right. So, So, I just went and did it. You know what I mean? A lot of action toward things that was happening. So that was it for me. And I feel like it's a simplified version, but I feel like it's simplified because I was ready for it. I let go of any resentment. I let go of any animosity. And I literally just said, I'm about to go meet this person and I'm doing it for myself. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope, bro. That's hella dope. That's hella dope, man. We got Jazzy back. Jazzy, you want to come back? We got her head up. Come on, let's go.
Jazzy lit. I like her.
Yeah, let's bring Jazzy back up.
She got her pink on. She out here.
Jazzy, you ready?
Am I on there?
Yeah, you on there.
Oh, okay. No, I just wanted you playing my song. I love Heat Up. That's my song.
I think it's
that's my shit.
Yeah.
Keep that bitch around me before you get that bitch beat up. Like, that's my shit.
We finna be lit.
Oh yeah. I gotta meet you though. Next time you fucking with JR, I got to come fuck with y'all.
Yep, come on. We about to drop.
You just vibing with us. We thought you had a question. You just hear the vibe. You want to vibe with us? You can just vibe with us. You just vibing.
Oh yeah. I'm just listening and taking it all in, learning a little bit.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I got young kids.
So you tell all your people to tap in. We're gonna be doing dope shit like this every week. We've been doing it this every week.
Yeah, because I think last week was my first time seeing it.
Oh yeah.
When I think JR was gonna be on there.
Yeah.
So that's when I downloaded it.
You got it locked and loaded already then.
Oh, of course. I get the alerts.
Come on, let's go. Hey, happy holidays, happy New Year. Appreciate you.
Same to you, and I'm glad you got a chance to meet your dad and that you didn't just say fuck that nigga, because you know a lot of times we get grown and we be like, shit, the nigga ain't been here in all this time, I don't need him. So
Come on,
I'm glad
come on.
I'm
did
glad
that.
you met him and gave him a chance. You know what I'm saying?
I already had many years of that, so I was able to grow from that. When I was younger, since
That's good.
I was like 12 years old. And I was like, man, forget. But it took all the way till I was 26 to be like, all right, I'm willing to bring him back, or willing to accept him in life.
Yeah. It ain't never too late though, so that was a good thing. You got any kids?
Nah, I got like 7 god kids, but I think I'll have kids probably like 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait. I mean, well, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna just have kids when I know I'm gonna be ready. Like I'm just really getting career. I got a lot of things I want to do first. I still want to have. I don't want to be. I'm still being responsible for myself right now. I want to wait.
Exactly.
I'm responsible for another life.
I would say you definitely on the right track.
Yep, and I like my sleep. So I mean, I heard cannot go to sleep. So I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, you definitely gonna be up. You definitely gonna be up all night once them start creeping in. Hey, thank you, Jazzy. We gonna finish up the interview. We're gonna tap in with you next time. Appreciate you.
All right.
Love. Hey, before we go any further, because we're gonna get ready to wrap this up in a minute, man. I tell people all the time, bro, we already an hour in. We always be like, man, we're gonna do 20, 30 minutes, and then this shit just end up going, man. So, but one thing I want to touch on before we go, you do acting, you act as well. I didn't realize that was you in Last Man in San Francisco as well. And then you also a part of a couple web series, Rent Check and things of that nature. What's up with the acting? Where'd that come from?
I feel like that was more natural to me than anything I've done in my life. Like public speaking and acting, I've always been in. People always ask me to be in plays, and they always ask me to do the speeches at school and just do public speaking. So, and I didn't really shy away from it. I enjoy it a lot. So, I'm actually about to take headshots tomorrow. I'm about to go to I'm about to go to LA next week, and I'm about to go meet with a couple agencies to talk about representing me for film casting. So, I'm just, this is all a part of my 2-year plan. This year, I was going to dive into my music and push it 1,000%. And right now, I probably got over like 50 mix and master songs that I'm going to drop this year, 4 projects. And then in the midst of doing that, I'm going to just do what I did with acting, with the music, but with acting, you know what I mean? Literally get on every set I can. Anything that resonates with who I am as a person, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna just dive into it. It's nothing, and I'm gonna just practice every day like I do with the music. So, acting, I feel like comes more natural too. Like I feel like I didn't know like people couldn't wake up and they just gonna hop in the scene. So when they told me that, you have an actual talent, and I was like, okay. I thought this is everybody could do this. So, I'm taking it more serious. So,
Hey, that's dope, man. So you see yourself doing a lot more of that in the future then, I suppose. Like what came first, rapper or was you already doing acting first? Or did I miss that? Or what part came first?
I think it was more like public speaking, and it kind of like worked. I got you. I feel like it was all in the realm of each other. Cause like I went program when I was younger in elementary school called the ACE program, and like we just did a whole bunch of things. Like we did capoeira, we did African dancing, and then we did a lot of public speaking and poetry. So like the same day I would have to read like a Martin Luther King speech would be the same day that I would be reading a poem that's like both, was technically poetry is technically rapping with a beat on it or without a beat. So when it come down to it, like I felt like I was always entrenched in it, and it was just ingrained in my culture. So when somebody would be like, hey, we about to put you on camera, I'd be like, come on. Or, hey, we need you to speak at this. And I'm like, come on, I'll freestyle it. And I literally be like, I'll freestyle it and I'll talk. Or people be like, come on, hop on this song. And I'll be like, I'm nervous, but all right, come on. Or somebody who used to literally in high school, we used to do the thing, we beat on the tables, and I used to do it every day. So then people started challenging me, and I literally be, somebody would walk up to me and be like, man, you can't rap. I'll battle you on the spot. And I literally had to battle somebody, and I had to cook them. You know what I mean? I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you cook them right there on the spot. You know, barbecue chicken. You know what I mean?
Come on. Come on.
Like,
Look. So one thing I like to ask everybody, and really I ask this question not because it matters, because music is so subjective, but I ask this question to everybody. Usually I start the show with it, but we're gonna end the show with it this time. I need your top 5 in hip hop, because I ask this question because it gives us an idea of what you listen to on a regular basis, and it also gives us an idea where you draw inspiration from. So shoot us your top 5.
Our albums are artists.
Artists. Let's go artists.
Okay, so I'm kind of biased. Like, I like rappers who are actors as well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I kind of got my artists. I got my one who are just pure artists. I got influence. Like, just pure artists, I'll have to say Mos Def, Lil Wayne. In
any order.
YG had like a big influence on me in like high school. So YG for sure. Biggie, and then last one, Mac Dre. Like, that's my top 5.
That's the top 5. Okay.
My flavor.
That's the most unique top 5 we've had on this show since we. But I respect it, and it also shows the different eras and what people grew up in, and the regions. Hold on, we got a hand up. Let's make this one quick. Let's get this one in. Fast feet, ENT. Let's get this one in before we get out of here.
Fast feet.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm up here burning the chicken. Why I'm burning the chicken, dog, man?
Ain't burning the chicken.
Man,
how you get the name Fast Feet?
Oh, man, I get asked that all the time. See, it goes back from a lot of different things. You know, I play sports a lot. You know, grew up in sports in the Bay Area a lot. Okay. So I credit that a lot. And then, you know, a lot of little maneuvers, and it's a whole bunch of stuff that can be Fast Feet. That's why Fast Feet, it ain't just about one thing. It's a lot of different things, which he touched on. Poetry. I liked it when you said that, and I ain't got my hair cut, so I didn't really want to come on the stage. But you said poetry. And I want to say, you made a great point in that. And I was just like, what's one of your top poets, and or what type of things you like to listen to when it comes to the poetry?
Personally, I like to listen to audiobooks, because audiobooks just a whole bunch of knowledge. Like, so much, my ability to take something that's unorthodox and make it rhyme. I mean, a lot of times I'll take the knowledge that's in audiobooks, make it rhyme. So, like I said in the line in the new song, I was like, universal property, you give, you get awarded. I mean, and taking things like that, that's a poem right there, and telling you, like, hey, in order to open yourself to receive, you have to be able to give. So, you know, but of course, like the classic, like Langston Hughes was dope. He wasn't a poet, but I like the way Walter D. Myers used to write. You know what I mean? Yep, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so, you know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of people had their styles, and right now I'm big on audiobooks, and I feel like just listening to somebody talk to you, you can take gems from that. And I'll literally write some stuff down, or write it in my phone once I hear it, and I'm like, okay, how could I make that sound cool? You know what I mean? And it'll be something like, how can I make a line about mental health cool? You know what I'm saying? And I'll say something like, hey, everybody talking, but we ain't equal. Like, how you really rich, but your brain feeble? You know what I'm saying? Say something like that, and then keep turning into that. And it just makes it cool, because, like, what you mean? What do feeble mean? Hold on, what you trying to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, and I when you listen to one of my songs, my goal is I want you to feel like, when you listen to an album, I want you to feel like you just read a book. But I want you to feel like you had fun, you enjoyed it, you enjoyed listening to it. You know what I mean? So that's it right there.
That's solid. That's solid.
I appreciate you, Fast Feet. We're going to get to Nathan because he's been trying to get on. We're going to get to Nathan Levy real quick. Hey, you been tapping in with us, man. See you next week, brother.
Thank you.
All right, y'all.
Yep.
Hey, keep them feet fast.
Nathan Levy, let's go.
Nathan.
It actually looks like he has left.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
You.
Oh, cool. But look, I want to thank you for coming on, brother. Look, I'm about to text Simba right now and tell him I don't know, man. He might have topped that interview, man. You might have
text Simba and let him know. Let's get in the studio next week. It's hella crazy. I met Simba in LA with 10 million. And I met him at 10 million.
Yeah.
I said I said something because I hear we'd be like, we ask people where you from, and he's like, bro, when in LA, do not ask that question. I was like, why not?
they got different rules out there.
yeah. So and I'm not a thug, so I'm like, I ain't tripping off that. At the same time, you know what I mean, that was our first interaction. We met in the mansion, hella randomly. This guy's cool. The next thing you know, he was end up getting signed, and now I'm Big Steppin. So
have y'all ever worked together, you and Sim?
Not yet, but I will say, if you end up texting him and saying you got to work with Stunnaman, I'm pretty sure we'll have a song for you next week.
Man, come on, bro. We about to connect all these dots, bro. I'm actually gonna text you once we done with this show, and we gonna line all this shit up. And shout out your show New Year's Eve because I'm gonna go ahead and pull up on you, man. Shout out that show real quick. Let them know.
And we got Brownie Blendz with us. We with Anthony Presents. We're at the Acapulco Lounge. I will be performing. Stunnaman02, Mr. Big Steppin. We will be there December 31st, the last day of the year. We gotta go on, and we have to bring in the new year right. I will drop the link in here one more time for everybody that wants to pop out. It's as long as you 21, you can come in. I don't care how old you are, I don't care how young you are, but everybody's young and beautiful in my eyes. So let's celebrate and enjoy. That's December 31st at the Acapulco in San Francisco, California, right there on Mission Street. The address will be right there in the ticket link. And man, just come out. Let's have a good time. I don't really drink like that, but that night I will be getting drunk. So come take a shot with me. We're going to bring in the right. Come on, man. We might get a burrito.
And last but not least, leave the guns and the knives at home. Good energy.
Great energy. But I don't even say that because I know everybody that's coming that saw this interview, you're going to come as your best self. And if you're not your best self yet, this is going to be the catalyst to propel you to be your best self.
Your best. Look, I be tripping when I be seeing the energy from your performances because you did one recently that I got some clips of. And I'll be like, damn, it's your shows is real high energy. You know what I'm saying? They real infectious. What's your thoughts quickly? What's your thoughts on the whole Travis Scott situation? Because as your career grow, I could see you being a part of some mosh pit style situations with the energy. You mentally prepared for that?
Yeah, I stage dived for the first time this year, so that was fun.
Did you?
Like I jumped into the crowd. Yeah, my girl, she grabbed me right before I went on, and she was like, "Hey, this is this type of crowd you can stage dive." And I was like, "Well, look, I'm doing it." You know what I'm saying? I'm staging. So I ended up jumping in the crowd. And the Travis Scott situation, it's unfortunate, of course, but I won't front. Like, one is that's the first time it ever happened, and then two, I feel like overall things in general need to be a lot safer. Like whoever helped in that, you can't. He has to take some accountability, but it's not all on the artist because whoever helped plan that, it was already crazy because some people, some fans end up rushing the gate and breaking in. At that point, now you don't know how many people come in. You over capacity, but you still got to let the people in who bought their tickets, or else you taking money. So what you're going to, your first initial thought is, are you going to have unhappy customers, or are you going to let some people in and be like, all right, cool. Then it's like stuff like that. You can't, that's one of them things you can't control. But I'm happy it's opening the door for stuff. I hope Travis don't get too penalized for that because we all make mistakes and we all don't know what we do. And for years, his fan base loves stuff like that. His fan base loved going out there and being like, I'm raging, until I'm about to die, or I'm gonna put my life on the line for Travis Scott. I've been to a Travis Scott show before he really blew up, like right in between. It was lit. I had a great time. But you can't control what you can't control. So, I hope going forward, and when I'm in those situations, if I see something like that, I'm conscious of it, I can stop the show. Like I remember one time a woman was getting unfortunate, but 2 years ago, a woman was getting sexually assaulted at one of our shows. And we stopped the show and we kicked the dude out, and then we kept going with the show. But that sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do in the midst of everything. I mean, that's why I say treat the women right. We gotta respect the people. So at the end of the day, just learn from that. In the same way, a lot of these people get a slap on the wrist for doing something wrong for the first time. I'm not saying give him a slap on the wrist, but I'm just saying let's acknowledge that he's human. And if he's making the steps to change, let's address that. And let's not forget, but we can always forgive.
The best part about it is, and with all due respect to the people that that lost their life and their family, and prayers up to them. But it's always something that we can learn and take from the situation going forward. You know what I mean? To make rap shows safer, make festivals safer, so we can keep enjoying this entertainment going forward in the future, man. But look, I wanna thank you again, man, for coming out. For joining us. I know you didn't have to do it. I know you got a lot going on. And I do want you to take a second and go ahead and plug anything you got. Shout out anybody you got. I know you got a lot of, when you got a product like you putting out, I know it ain't just you behind it. I know you probably got a great team working hard. Shout out to Tim Millie, man. That's my dog. Me and him been talking a lot lately, man. We got a lot in the works going forward in the future, man. And but shout out anybody, man. You got, that come to mind real quick, man.
All right, shout out my team, still winning. That's the mantra, the mindset, and the lifestyle. Shout out 1015 Management. That's my management company. Shout out In the Bay Hoodies, the Bay Hoodies. You can find these on Instagram. Homie Gunna Goes Globals makes these. Shout out O2 Juice. I make my own juice, healthy alternative to soda. No alcohol, THC, CBD, caffeine. It's called Big O2 Juice, Big 02 Juice on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Stunnaman02. And if you want to listen to any of my music, past, present, or I got some new music coming next month, look me up, Stunnaman02, and just subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on Instagram and just turn notifications on. Whatever you need to do to stay tapped in, because right now you cannot stop the rain. The flood is upon us. I'm about to give you everything I ever life so I could grow and be my best self. So I want to get that to y'all, and hopefully what I'm able to put out, my creativity, is able to foster you to be your best self. You know what I mean? That's my only goal. I mean, I know we got to exchange some type of monetary currency for that, but that shit don't matter to me. I want you to give and receive more than what money could buy you. You know what I mean? So I hope I'm able to provide. Man,
come on. Look.
Like Brownie Blendz cut is 100 times more than it costs. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, let's go. This such great energy, bro, and I can't help after this. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I already was a fan. I can't help after this to spread, the name Stunnaman02. I definitely gonna be you're a big part of my musical rotation. But even besides the music, man, just the person, man, I'm really impressed, man. And same thing. I told JR last week. I love the youth movement that's going on. I love the way y'all thinking. I love the way y'all trying to collaborate, and anything I could do, bro, to help push that forward. You know what I mean? I'm a good person for it. Believe it or not, reach out to me, bro. Anything you ever need, I'm in y'all corner, man. I'm supporting the movement, man, and I'm a big fan. And I will see you on New Year's Eve. We're gonna make this happen, man. And shout out to Riff. Like I say, you ever want to come on the app, use the app, build your own room, bring some friends in, come in, you could come in and just have like private little listening parties, play your music and be like, check this out. Invite you. You ain't got to go to Zoom. You ain't got to go to Clubhouse. Pull up right here. We're going to lay the red carpet out for you, man. It's wide open, man. And just thank you for coming on, bro.
Hey, my pleasure. I had a great time.
Appreciate you. Hey, thanks to all the listeners. We'll see y'all next week. I got another special guest coming on for y'all, but I'm going to keep that low right now. Shout out to Stunnaman02. I'm finna shit real quick, and we're going to see y'all next week. Jay Brum, Peyton, Kara, Sonny Bo, I see you out there. We out this thing. Easy.